Gaza's people are enduring a severe hunger crisis. Months of Israeli blockade have left families desperate for food. Children are especially vulnerable, with malnutrition on the rise. Previous aid efforts, including those by the UN and local committees, have often ended in tragedy or disruption. Israeli military actions have repeatedly derailed attempts to get food to those in need. In this climate of urgent need, a new player emerged: the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, or GHF. Backed by the US under President Trump, the GHF promised a new approach: delivering food directly to civilians, bypassing Hamas. The foundation's international support raised hopes it could succeed where others failed. For starving Gazans, the GHF represented a rare glimmer of hope. But the international community watched with skepticism, aware of the region's history of failed aid. Could this new initiative break the cycle, or would it fall victim to the same dangers? The stakes for Gaza's people could not be higher. Every new effort is a test of whether relief can truly reach those who need it most. The world waited to see if the GHF could deliver on its promise. On May 27th, the GHF launched its first major food distribution in southern Gaza. The plan: over 460,000 meals, packed into thousands of boxes with essentials like flour, beans and oil. Desperate crowds, starved by months of blockade, overwhelmed the site near Rafah. Eyewitnesses described surging lines and frantic pushing as people fought for food. Hamas reportedly tried to block access, but Gazans broke through, adding to the chaos. Security contractors lost control, stampedes erupted. In the panic, live ammunition was reportedly fired to disperse the crowd. The result: 3 people killed, dozens injured. Footage showed heartbreak and disorder, a far cry from the orderly distribution GHF had planned. While some food was handed out, the human cost was devastating. The day's events exposed the volatility of aid in a region where hunger and conflict collide. The GHF's first attempt underscored just how dangerous and unpredictable aid delivery has become. For many, the chaos overshadowed any hope the new foundation had brought. The tragedy left deep scars on a population already pushed to the brink. The world saw, once again, how fraught humanitarian work in Gaza can be. The aftermath of the GHF's distribution was deeply divisive. Some Gazans expressed gratitude for the food, but many were traumatized by the violence. The GHF called the operation a success, but critics quickly disagreed. The UN and other aid groups distanced themselves, citing violations of humanitarian principles. Accusations of mismanagement and politicization mounted, with some saying the GHF served Israeli interests more than humanitarian ones. The foundation's executive director, Jake Wood, resigned, citing a failure to uphold core values. Gaza's authorities dismissed GHF's claims as fabrications. The incident became a flashpoint, highlighting deep mistrust in the politicized nature of aid in Gaza. Instead of unity, the effort fueled suspicion and controversy. The GHF's credibility was left in question. The challenge of delivering aid in Gaza had only grown more complex. The trust deficit between aid groups, governments, and civilians widened. The UN condemned the GHF's approach, calling the scenes from May 27 heartbreaking. UNRWA's chief criticized the US-backed distribution for ignoring basic humanitarian standards. Other experts accused Israel of weaponizing aid and questioned the GHF's impartiality. The core issue: when aid is politicized, it risks doing more harm than good. Gaza's history is filled with failed aid efforts, often disrupted by conflict and mistrust. The GHF's chaotic debut was a stark reminder of these dangers. Delivering aid in Gaza means navigating not just logistics, but deep political divides. Even well-intentioned efforts can falter if they ignore the realities on the ground. For Gaza's people, the need is urgent, but the path to relief remains perilous. The world faces a daunting challenge: getting help to those who need it, safely and fairly.